All right, we have some work to do on the layout right behind me. I've been putting off doing it because it's just smoke detector in the hallways beeping. We got a second one up here. I'm not too worried about it. So this layout was supposed to be pretty much done by this weekend because it was supposed to be displayed at the Warsaw Ballet Fest, which is happening this weekend. Unfortunately, with the stuff with my mom and changing over my SSI payments going from her to my brother, SSI has not changed the method of payment, so I'm not able to order things online. So I haven't been able to get the foam cutting tool to fix the piece of foam that you're sitting on, or to take care of things like this, which was caused by the Harbor Freight hot knife, which will cut through things quickly. It's perfectly fine for a large sheet. Kind of hard to take it places, though, and it has other uses as well. So it's not a bad purchase, but it will do this. So just be advised. It's going to be covered with fascia. I'm not too worried about the deep things, but I do need to clean up this edge a little bit because it is a little bit rough on the edge. So I do need to clean it up. And that'll be done with the wire cutter from Amazon that Ron Strains and Things advertises. So that might be something. If you don't have it, pick that up. I also have, I had 4 locomotives planned until Engineer Hall very nicely showed the new stuff that's coming in the Yankee Dabbler. Thank you, DJ and Engineer Hall. I really needed to know that NYSW 3040 was out, had been made. I really needed to know that. But and of course that Athearn 50th anniversary, that's one that I want to get a hold of eventually, but probably will not be able to get to that because that one is probably going to sell out like crazy, and I have other things that are more important ahead of it. So probably won't actually get to that. If I get the other stuff, I'll look around and see if there's one around, but not too much important. Not as important as getting the Baltimore, Ohio GM50 that ran around here in 1980 and 81. But so what I've been doing to layout is I did a bunch yesterday, last night, or the night before. Took a marker, not a Sharpie. It's actually a pen gear marker, permanent marker, and drew out some lines on the layout. In fact, can you see them? Yeah, you can see it a little bit right here. So let's get over there, check it out, see what's going on the layout, and see what we'll be doing today. Okay. Now, previous video, you would have seen the box of cars, and all those locomotives that are down there were all over there. I cleaned them all off, and I moved some tracks around. You can't really tell it very much, but I moved these two tracks closer together, as close as they can possibly get, and I moved this track over a little bit, and that was so I can get the creek a little bit wider. It's going to go actually right up to the edge, but right up to the edge here. But I just cut. This line will be what I use the foam cutter on, the wire cutter on, to just get that out, and then I'll do the rest with an X-Acto blade or something, or a razor or something. So we have different markings. This one right here, this is where the depot sits. Now this is the original measurement of the depot, and I had it marked out here, but we move it closer. I actually had to move it over a little bit. And then you can see here the driveway cinders. This area over here, we're going to have cinders right up to this line. This is where the platform for the depot will be. And there was a little bit of a platform on this side. There was no platform on this side. So the depot wall is here. The side to the tracks is here. And this is measured approximately prototypical. It's I think of 1.5 inches. It was actually 1.41 inches. That would be from the depot wall, the platform stuck out. So this will be the platform right along here. And let's get my square here and draw that line right along here. All right, so that's the platform. And the depot originally went down to here. However, sometime shortly after it was built, there was a fire in the depot and they tore off one door's length. So I got to figure out exactly how long it will be. But the depot goes over to here. So it's going to go out that line. So the driveway, cinder driveway goes down here. And then you can see dirt, that's labeled dirt and grass. So this is going to be painted brown. This is going to be painted black. This I'll probably paint black just to have that. But I got to remember the positioning. So I can't paint this section. I can paint this. And we can put some cinders down right up to about to this line. And such. Now I don't have the glue up here, and I don't have a bottle of 50-50 mix. My current white glue bottle is half gone, so I got to get another bottle of white glue and mix up that 50% water and put a little drop of dish soap in that bottle, and also bring it up here. So we're not be putting any cinders on actually, but we're gonna be doing some painting today. So, and over here we have the ramp marked out where that is. And you see this line is where the cinders will be, and then this will be painted brown. There'll be like some overgrown weeds and such because nobody will be walking here. So it'll just make a little bit of scenery. I wanted to put trees along this side of the creek, but unfortunately there's just not going to be enough room. When we get down here, then there might be able to be some couple small trees and such. I don't know. But there's going to be there was a big tree that was in this corner plot. And I'm not sure how much of the sidewalk or Main Street I can get in here. I will have to play that by ear once I get this drawn out. But I'm going to paint the cinder driveway across. I'll move this. I use that as a long board to draw along. So that's approximately straight. So we'll make the other cinder driveway go out this way. And I'll make it about that wide. It was like 20 feet wide. So we'll just do it approximate. I was going to do everything exact to measurement, but measurements, translating to HO scale and measurements, it's kind of tough. It's easier if you have a scale ruler. I do not have one right now. I'll probably get one eventually. So now, one problem with doing this right now is it's dirty. So we're going to stop the video. I'm going to wipe this down and dry it off, and then we'll be back. All right, now we're back, and it wasn't dirty. Not at all. Most of that is dust from when I cut the rails. Looking at it in person, you can see that there's quite a bit of sparkle in there. That's the nickel silver dust from cutting the rails. So I washed this entire section over this way. This little spot there wouldn't come out, but oh well. So now what I'm going to be using for paint here, I have two colors. I have my thing of water, and that is a Meow Mix cat food thing. I have a whole bunch of these containers for things just like this. You have dirt in this one. Get that out of there. Could have sworn I grabbed clean ones. I know I grabbed clean ones, but apparently it got some dust in it. There. That cat food smell, that Meow Mix cat food smells so disgusting that the smell is still in these containers. We have two empty ones, one for each color. Now, when I was thinking about paint, I asked the model railroader, and he told me to get the big things of latex and have it color custom made. Well, I'm not gonna do that. He said acrylic or latex paint is close enough to acrylic. I'm not going to use that. Instead, I'm going to use what I've heard other people suggest, and I figured it myself. These two bottles should be enough to do the entire layout, or nearly. These are the 8 fluid ounce bottles of the Apple Barrel paint from Walmart. We have the black. I thought about getting jet black, but I decided no, black will be fine. And nutmeg brown. The nutmeg brown will be places like there, where there's no cinders, and then the black is going to be under the cinders. So now for brushes. I don't think I haven't shown these on video yet, but these are the brushes I got. Artist pack. And we have acrylic, waterproof, watercoloring oil, and all media brushes. Now these will be useful for not only painting the thing, which we're going to be using this big fella for. This is a acrylic brush, and it's acrylic paint. So shake this up a little bit more. Make sure it's good and mixed. I have not used paint since I was a kid. So hopefully we'll be getting some more Model Railroad content. Also, I am almost at 300 subscribers. It would help if I took the seal out of the bottle. That is helpful. It does help if you take that off. For some reason, the paint doesn't come out if you don't take that off. Okay, there we go. Add black. Let's just wipe that on. Just wipe that on the foam, right where it needs to be. We got baby wipes nearby, so I can get this paint off my fingers before it becomes too hard to get off. I'll wipe off the cap from the bottle just to get that taken care of, so I'm not getting paint on other things. Clean work environment makes for a clean model railroad. So now I'm just going to pour this out like this. I'm not going to bother about the squirt thing. Okay, that should be enough. I'll use the brush here to get the rest of that off of there. And clean work environment. Once again, we have the clean work environment. Set the brush there and wipe off the top of this bottle. Outside the top of the bottle, so we don't get paint on the cap. Yes, I am a very clean worker. Now let's dip that in there. And just paint that on there. And that looks good. That's really covering up the pink a lot. And that's just one coat. So let's paint this. I'm not going to go too close to the edge because I don't know how much I'm going to cut off, but I do want to make sure that this is nice and covered. Looks like a driveway already. All right, now I hadn't planned on removing the tracks, so I was just going to paint around them, but I put too much paint in the cup, so we're going to remove the tracks. I'm not painting Washington Street black because in the 1920s and 1960s, that might have been dirt. I have to look at some historical photos. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take the line, and from here we're going to go straight out and mark where that would be. That paint is wet, so I have to figure out some way let's see if we can just take a little bit of paint and bring it out there. There. Take a little bit of black. There. That marks where that track is. So now we'll take the tracks off, this track, and this track out. The rail joiners for this one, where are they? Where are they? Oh, they're way back here. So we'll take this section out, we'll take this section out. These rail joiners are right here, and these rail joiners are back here, but these ones are, the ones for this track are underneath the camera. So, or underneath my phone. So we'll take those tracks out, and we'll paint where that goes. All right, now we've taken those tracks out. See, back to here, and I was going to stop the cinders here, but the railroad bed is all going to have cinders on it, so I put a little bit of extra cinders all the way down here. You can see it narrowing down. We'll have brown here for vegetation, but I'm not going to paint the brown until I cut out the creek, and now I'll paint the whole surface area of that in the creek brown. So now we have the driveway coming in this way. We have the driveway here. We have the driveway here. We have our markings for where the tracks go extended out, including where I had to use paint because I couldn't draw a Sharpie through the wet paint. So now we just use up the rest of this paint. This should be enough. Hopefully it is enough and not too much for this section. So I'll be painting this, and we'll see you later. All right, now I've painted quite a bit of it, and I actually ran out of paint. I'm not going to put any more in the cup. I'm just going to do is open this, put a little dab there, and just kind of spread that out. Now, when painting, make sure you not just look at it above, because you can see the thicker parts above a little bit, but you really want to get down on the level of the layout. You should be able to see me then. Look across, and you can see, little uneven spots. Probably won't make that much difference, but just makes it look better. I think I'm still getting dirt, even though I cleaned the surface. I'm still getting a little bit of dirt. I did clean the surface thoroughly, even under the rails. Oh wow. Doesn't seem to be that big of an issue. Just wipe that little piece of dirt that was on the brush. Just wipe that off on the paper towel and go back to painting. So, be back in a bit. All right, now let's take a look at the work done. We have our empty thing of paint. This one is for the brown. I'm not going to do the brown right now because my brush is dirty. And the black, this part of the black, you can see it's almost dry, but I'm going to leave that dry overnight. I will close the cap on our black. I did a little bit more black here than I wanted, but the cinders would have pushed over into that a little bit. So we have the cinders here where the ramp ends. Here, the cinders under the loading dock there because it wasn't in the driveway. And then we have cinders coming down here, and then cinders will be going down between to the switch and such, and we'll paint that at a later time. Of course, right now we can't do any operations in the layout because the two depot tracks are over there and the ramp track is right here. So that's it for this layout video, this layout update. Sure, some people will like to see that I got some scenery. You can see some little specks where there's paint showing. I tried to cover those up as best as I could. It just didn't work well. Those are all nail holes from where I moved nails around. Most of them are nail holes. So those were rail joiners or the rails dinged, or sometimes a coupler, air hose or something like that. So that's it. So that. I have to go clean my cup out and clean my brush and dump the black water from rinsing my brush out. So that's it for this layout video. I don't know when this is going to go out. I got a bunch of videos coming up. I got another 3 more Arcade-Natica videos. I might push this out before them. Although I've edited 2 of them so far. Now, I edited 2. I had to re-edit 1 because the editing software put the black bars on the top and the bottom. I did not want those. I did not request those at the top and the bottom, but I put them in anyway, so I got to fix that. So I got to re-edit the video. The pains in the rear never cease. So I don't know when this video is going to go out. It could be August before you see this. I don't know. I might put this out as a priority. So if you want to see more on the layout, make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, leaving a comment, because all that pushes us more towards the goal of 500 subscribers. Make sure you watch more videos. There are over 500 videos on this channel and more coming up by the time I think we're approaching. By the time you see this video, we might be past 525. Over 500 videos of rail fanning, model railroading, and other stuff on the channel. Mail calls, the long expired Real Railroad series, that's in its own playlist. Everything is in a playlist. We got Shortline playlist, Rail Fanning 2023, Rail Fanning 2022, Rail Fanning 2021, Rail Fanning 2020. One of those is very short because for some reason I don't have a lot of videos from there. I know I took videos from there, but there's no videos, so I gotta look through old footage and find some videos for that because it's weird. But we also got short lines. There's an Arcade-Natica, specific Arcade-Natica playlist, which also includes the Buffalo and Pittsburgh BF1 interchanging with the Arcade-Natica. So we got that. There's, I think, 23 videos in the Arcade-Natica playlist. There's of course the short lines. I don't think I have a Class 1 playlist, but those will be in the Rail Fanning 2023, Rail Fanning 2022, Rail Fanning 2018, that sort of thing. Rochester and Southern Arcade-Natica, Livonia and Lakeville will be getting over the Livonia and Lakeville eventually. Again, Buffalo and Pittsburgh, hopefully we'll be getting over there again soon. Arcade-Natica, of course, we got the footage of that coming up if it's not out already. So make sure you're hitting that like. I see hundreds of views, over 1,200 views for one video, not very many likes. Make sure you're hitting that like button, and let me know you want more content out of this channel. So until then, from CP Silver Springs, Milepost 368, and the Norfolk Southern Tier Line, keep on loving trains. Tim out.